Okay, started day 51. It is calling for, I'm sure I'm going to get rained on today. It's overcast and cloudy, and it isn't actively raining now. It's windy, and so it's blowing the rain off the trees. But I need to get going. It looks like there's a chance of rain all day today, until in the evening. So I need to get motivated and get out of here. The problem is what to wear as far as dress. Rain gear just makes you wet. So I think today I'm going to wear my wind pants and my wind shirt and my long sleeve sun hoodie under that. They're all very lightweight and damp, will dry out real quick. I'm going to keep all my other clothes in my pack. Hopefully that will be enough to keep me warm today, and as long as I'm moving, I'll be warm. As soon as you exert, you're warm. So I know to start this morning I have I have a little downhill, and then I have a pretty long uphill, and then I think I have a walk along the ridge. There is a shelter at about 5 miles from here, which is be a nice point to maybe stop and take a break and reevaluate. If you need to get out of the wind and rain, you just stop, and you can do that. The challenge is once you stop, you cool down. So it's going to be one of those days where I'm going to have to just sort of get started, hike slowly, and just hike consistently. I need to get 10-12 miles in. I need to get to a place where I can camp with water. The next shelter is 5 miles. The one after that is like 16. So it is what it is. You can hear the rain pelting on the tarp there. That's mainly from blowing off the trees. It didn't rain that much in the night. I was expecting way more rain than we got. Everything under the tarp is high and dry. I'm just going to have to pack everything up under the tarp, and then pack the tarp up and be on my way. It's kind of hard to get yourself motivated to get out and do this, but it's what I got to do. So I don't know if there'll be too much video today. This camera doesn't like wet, and I don't know if I'm not wearing rain gear over my fanny pack. I'm gonna put the camera equipment in a Ziploc bag in my fanny pack and just see what happens. So if I take any video, it'll be with my cell phone, which is fine. It'll still be video. And last time I had a rain day, I didn't take very many pictures. I don't think this rain day is going to be as bad as that one. The chance of rain is high, but the amounts of rain are low, although that was kind of the case in the last deluge that I hiked in. So I do have a couple of points that cross Skyline Drive as real bail points if I got in trouble. There's a wayside up here about 6/10 of a mile, and then there's a shelter at 5 miles, and then not quite sure. I think there are a number of Skyline Drive crossings along the way. So it is what it is, and the old saying is true: if you want to get to Maine, you got to hike in the rain. So this would be like my 4th day hiking in the rain. First one, I survived pretty well. Second one, same. The last 2. The third one was okay. The fourth one, that was a deal breaker because it was just a deluge for about 3 or 4 hours. But anyway, I don't think that's what we have going on today, and honestly, this should blow through today, and then should have a good hiking day tomorrow, which is the day that I will get out of Shandong National Park. Well, this is a day 51 wrap up. Today didn't go quite as planned, so what happened was I hiked about 7 miles. The first 3 or 4 went really well. I stayed temperature regulated, but then I started hiking along the top of a ridge with a lot of blowing wind and rain. Not a lot of rain, but just wet, and got pretty chilled, so there was a shelter in 7 miles. I ditched in here to the shelter, stripped off all my wet clothes, put on dry clothes, got out my sleeping stuff to get warm. I've gotten warm. There aren't enough hours in the day, and the weather isn't changing. The weather forecast was kind of this deal where there would be a chance of showers here and there. It's just been a constant drizzle all day long with, 15, 20 mile an hour winds, and just goes to show you that weather forecasts in the mountains aren't always that great. So I'm planning to stay here in the shelter tonight. The weather's supposed to break tonight. Hike out tomorrow, 14-mile day, which I can do. So that's the plan, is to do a 14-miler out tomorrow, which would be, I wanted a shorter day tomorrow, but it's going to be a longer day. So I can show you a little bit the inside of this shelter. This is a fairly primitive shelter, but it works. It's out of the wind and rain, and it's dry. So you can just see there's 2 decks of bunks around, and then the lower deck here. There are things like hooks up here for backpacks and things to dry. And I've set myself up here. There's a picnic table out here that's sort of dry. I'll probably get up here in a little bit and make my supper out there underneath the portion, on this portion that's dry. Just don't want to get wet again, and then we'll just see what happens. But I am trying to figure out a combination that works for me for rain hiking. However, I have some consolation. I've seen there's a couple other people that have come in. There's a tent down here somebody's ditched, and I saw somebody come in here just a little bit ago, and they've ditched for the day. I thought maybe they were just going to the privy, but they never came back. So rain hiking is hard, especially when it's cold and windy. Well, it's not that cold, 50-some degrees, but when it's windy and drizzly, it's just hard to get your combination right. When I was hiking uphill, I had it totally regulated, and then some of my downhill hiking, but when I got up on top of the ridge line where I was exposed and the wind was just blowing across me, then I could have put on my my wind pants again, although they were wet. That might have helped, but at that point I was just ready for a break, and it was a good thing because it took me a good while to get warmed up when I got here. I've eaten some food and laid down and got in my sleeping gear and gotten all toasty warm, and it feels so good. So I'm taking it along with me, the good, the bad, and the ugly.